Natural gas. The pros of natural gas are that it creates 25% less emissions than gasoline. It is less expensive than gasoline, and it can even have performance gains of 5 to 10% on your engine. The cons of natural gas are that containers for the fuel for natural gas are very large and take up a lot of space. Natural gas is also harder to acquire than gasoline. A brief history of natural gas. In 1785, Britain used natural gas to power lanterns. In 1816, Maryland was the first city to light streets with natural gas lamps. In 1821, William Hart created the first American company to distribute natural gas. In 1836, the city of Philadelphia created the first municipally owned gas distribution company. During the 19th century, natural gas was mostly used for light, and today it is used for many things, including heating, cooking, and industrial use. How it's made. Natural gas can be made from millions of years of decomposed organic material combined with heat and pressure, which produce methane. Tiny organisms called methanogens that live in landfills also produce methane. You can find biogas from animal waste, sewage, or industrial byproducts. We also use conventional gas, which is trapped in permeable material beneath impermeable rock. Some facts about natural gas are natural gas is colorless, tasteless, odorless, and it's non-toxic. Because it's odorless, mercaptan is added to the natural gas in very small amounts to give the gas a distinctive smell of rotten eggs. This smell can alert you to potential gas leaks. Natural gas is about 40% lighter than air. It has a high ignition temperature and a narrow flammability range, meaning natural gas will ignite at temperatures above 1000 degrees and burn at a mix approximately 4 to 15% volume in air. Natural gas is primarily composed of methane, but also contains ethane, propane, and heavier hydrocarbons. It also contains small amounts of nitrogen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, sulfide, and trace amounts of water. Propane. The pros of propane is that it is much cleaner than gasoline. Engines and oil also last longer when running propane. Another pro is that 90% of propane comes from the United States. Propane also has pro in the name. Cons of propane are that it is very big and fuel takes up space. It also isn't that popular, so it is harder to come by. It also has the word pain in the name. The history of propane. In 1910, a Pittsburgh motor company, a motor car owner walked into chemist Dr. Walter Snelling's office, complaining that the gallon of gasoline he had purchased was half a gallon by the time he got home. He thought the government should look into why consumers were being cheated because the gasoline was evaporating at a rapid and expensive rate. Dr. Snelling took up the challenge and discovered that the evaporating gases were propane, butane, and other hydrocarbons. Using coils from an old hot water heater and other miscellaneous pieces of laboratory equipment he could find, Dr. Snelling built a still that could separate gasoline into its liquid and gaseous components. By 1912, propane was cooking food in the home. The first car powered by propane ran in 1913, and in 1915 were using propane torches to cut through metal. Propane was marketed for flame cutting and cooking applications by 1920. In 1927, the total sales of propane in the U.S. were more than 1 million gallons, and after World War II, the propane gas annual sales increased to more than 15 billion gallons. Propane has continued to grow and is now a very important fuel for industrial and domestic use. How it's made. Because propane has natural origins, it is not made of other raw materials. Instead, it is found in petroleum chemical mixtures deep within the earth. These petroleum mixtures are literally rock oil, combinations of various hydrocarbon-rich fluids. The manufacturing process. Propane manufacture involves separation and collection of the gas from its petroleum sources. Propane and other LPGs are created using Powtoon.